This video is going to be about Jay-Z's 444 album and the meaning that I discovered through watching several of the music videos that have been released to songs from the 444 album. First of all, 444 upside down is 666. I know that both Jay-Z and Beyonce had made references to the title being attributed to other things. Jay-Z, I think, said at 4:44 in the morning or something like that. He woke up thinking about the cheating or something like that. And Beyonce saying that her birthday's on the 4th, Jay-Z's birthday's on the 4th, her mother's birthday's on the 4th. They got married on the 4th. So the cover story that they give for why the album is named 444 is different from the actual reason the album is named 444. For the reason that if you say that you've secretly named your album based on the mark of the beast 666, a lot less people are going to buy it. So you have to make up a cover story in order to account for the numbers. I noticed in the videos, in several of the videos, like in the MaNyfaCedGod and the 444 video music video itself, and also in Family Feud, like we're being programmed. I mean, there's backwards words being spoken and all kind of images being flashed before our eyes, images being flashed quickly before our eyes. Like you're actually being programmed. In this day and age, you're being programmed. You're not being entertained. So first I want to talk about the music video for MaNyfaCedGod. And this is my introduction into the theme of the 444 videos that I've seen so far. And that theme is the extinction or the getting rid of dark-skinned black women. Now, in the MaNyfaCedGod video, I want you to note that MaNyfaCedGod in Game of Thrones, the popular, I think, HBO series, is the god of death. So the MaNyfaCedGod is the god of death. It is death itself, okay? In this creepy video where you have like demonic voices coming out of these humans, so-called, and you have, Lupita, who is a dark-skinned woman. She's walking with this guy, but we never see his face. Okay, he is the MaNyfaCedGod. You don't get to see his face. Get it? There's no human voice coming out of him, if you notice in the video. He is the MaNyfaCedGod, the god of death. He is death. This is who she was walking with, death. And it almost seemed as though at one point in the beginning, she might not know who he is, or she might be in the middle, maybe she's resisting him. But at the end, you'll notice that she literally runs to embrace death. This dark-skinned black woman, this dark-skinned African woman, runs and literally embraces the MaNyfaCedGod, who we never get to see his face, who is the god of death, who is death itself. The dark-skinned woman embraces death, literally, in this video, okay? And then, if that wasn't evidence enough, at the end of the video, she's talking about, the guys from beyond. She's talking about the beyond. The beyond is after death, the realm or the existence outside of life. So she's talking about after death. But the main theme is that she embraces death, okay? Now, let's get into the 444 video itself, which really drives home the theme of getting rid of the dark-skinned black woman. At the beginning, and not only that, but it also indicates Jay-Z's rebirth, his satanic rebirth. In the beginning, we have a boy, a dark-skinned boy. He's in the back seat of a car. We never get to see the driver, but he's in the back seat singing Nina Simone's Feeling Good. Now, if you remember the Crazy in Love video by Jay-Z and Beyonce, Jay-Z at the beginning of that video is in the back seat of the car, and we don't get to see who's driving. This is indicative of demonic possession. When you're in the back seat of the vehicle, that means someone else is driving, someone else is controlling you. And if you listen to what the little boy is singing, he's saying, that it's the dawn that he sings about from Nina Simone's Feeling Good refers to Lucifer, the devil, the light bearer. And it's a new day and it's a new life. So born again. If you're experiencing a new life, like the boy sings about, you're being born again. But this is at nighttime. He's riding in the backseat of the car like he was in Crazy in Love, which was the video in which Beyonce died. The old Beyonce died in that old model car. Jay-Z put fire to that car and it blew up, and the old Beyonce died, and she was reborn as Sasha Fierce, because that's where she said Sasha Fierce was born in the Crazy in Love video. That was her saying she was reborn as this demonic entity who does all these crazy things on stage that she claims she can't believe that she does, and only Sasha's able to do that. That was her rebirth into demonic control, being controlled by the demons that inhabited her. And like I said, that's where she says that Sasha Fierce was born, from that Crazy in Love video, where Jay-Z is in the back seat, meaning he's already taken over, and now it's Beyonce's turn to die and be reborn as this demonic creature controlled by this demonically possessed human, controlled by demonic entities. Okay, then we have Eartha Kitt. Now, this is getting into, like I said, this is a video about both Jay-Z's and Beyonce as well, their transformation, their rebirth into the light of Lucifer or whatever. And also, it's also about the getting rid of the black woman, the dark-skinned black woman. Beyonce, as you know, is not a dark-skinned black woman. She's not a full black woman. Her mother's Creole, so she's not. She wouldn't be included in the agenda. So if you're wondering, well, Jay-Z is married to a black woman, why would he want to get rid of black women? Well, this is not the kind of black woman he's trying to get rid of. And I'm about to show you later on the difference between the Beyonce type and the dark skin. The dark skin is the type that is being targeted for extinction or being gotten rid of. Now, Eartha Kitt is shown next. Now, Eartha Kitt, she's talking about relationship and love. She herself is mixed race. She never met her father, and that, troubled her or whatever. And her mother, I think it says, was Cherokee and black or something like that. But she would look like, in her appearance, she looks like a light-skinned, a mixed race person, black and white or whatever. So what does Eartha Kitt represent? Okay, you have to look at Eartha Kitt's history in order to understand why she is shown. She's not, this isn't a random person, that they're just picking in order to shed light on Jay-Z's love for Beyonce or whatever. They specifically chose Eartha Kitt because if you look at Eartha Kitt's daughter, Kit is her name, Kit came out looking completely white, which people are amazed by, because here's Eartha Kitt, who looks like this light-skinned black woman, gives birth to this blonde-haired white girl. Like, people are just amazed by it because it's not the norm. It's not usual. Okay, so what Eartha Kitt represents is the erasing of the black woman. Okay, because she was mixed, she had a white father, she marries a white man, and she produces a white child. So that this increases the population of whites. And if you notice, whites, their birth rate is down in real life. And so they have to increase their numbers. And they see this as a method of increasing their numbers by having mixed-race women or whatever to marry white men, and therefore the child will come out white, and that increases their numbers. Okay? So Eartha Kitt erasing herself and helping out, sacrificing herself for the white race and producing a blonde-haired white daughter. Okay, now, and her daughter, her blonde-haired white daughter, who looks 100% white even though she has a mixed-race mother, is currently married to Alan Rothschild since 2002. She is married to Alan Rothschild. Now, Eartha Kitt is famous for singing Santa Baby, okay? And it's a sexually suggestive song, and it glorifies materialism. And, you know, she's also telling, it's sexually suggestive in that she's telling Santa to hurry down the chimney tonight. And if you watch my video that I did on Christmas Day of 2007, entitled Christmas is Satan's Birth, you will see that Santa is Satan if you change the letters around. And it is actually a satanic holiday in which Satan is worshipped and Christ is mocked. So, you know, she's singing this Santa Baby song, you know, wearing hardly any clothes, being sexually suggestive, encouraging materialism. Is completely anti-God. She died, Eartha Kitt actually died on Christmas Day. Okay, she's famous for the Santa Baby song. She died on Christmas Day, December 25th of 2008. And her daughter, you know, her only child, her daughter, who looks completely white with blonde hair and all, she said, you know, she lives very close to her mother. She spent a lot of time with her mother. And she said, you know, when her mother got close to death, that she was walking around and all that. And then like maybe a few days before, you know, that's when, you know, it was going to happen, where she was going to die. And the doctors had done all they could do for her. She said that her mother started seeing people who her daughter didn't see. Like her mother actually started seeing people. And she said that her mother was screaming as she died. Okay, so her mother was seeing people, invisible people that her daughter could not see, and that she was screaming when she died. She died on Christmas Day. Okay, so this is not like, so that all that to say that the use of Eartha Kitt in this video is not random. Okay, she is talking about falling in love. Of course, she, quote, fell in love with a white man and erased herself by creating a white daughter who will increase the numbers of the white race, who married a Alan Rothschild, and who is continuing, helping to increase the numbers of whites. Okay, now then we're shown this very dark-skinned woman. Okay, and she's walking at night. And she's later going to be identified as a drug addict. Okay, she wears a beige dress, and this is to contrast to her skin to show, look how dark she is. She's not light, she's dark. You know, it's to emphasize her darkness. So, and walking at night, a woman walking alone at night is always not, you know, it doesn't indicate purity. You know, it indicates a kind of air of, you know, is she a prostitute or whatever. Now she has very short hair, and, you know, it's fixed in like a kind of unflattering way. And, you know, her hair is permed, and it seems like it has been burnt off, likely from using all the you know, black women, you know, black women are used to using a lot of chemicals in order to artificially straighten their hair. So I'm thinking her hair has broken off because she's been using chemicals to straighten her hair for so long. Like is often the case with black women, which is sad, but, you know, they've been brainwashed in order to think that they ought to alter their hair and make it straight, and then they lose their hair. Or they wonder why it won't grow. Well, you're putting a whole lot of artificial chemicals in it. Well, then we're shown, and I'm not going through every single scene in the video, only the ones that I feel are most important and the ones that I understand completely. So, but I am doing them in chronological order, although I am skipping a few, but I am doing them in the chronological order that they occur in the video. Now next, we revisit the born again theme, where, you know, we're shown this black male who's wearing jewelry, and he's wearing all black, but there's something strange about him. He's a black male, but he has half of his facial hair dyed blonde, like a white person blonde hair. Like he's a black male. The left side, okay, and of course the left side is the evil side, you know, like the left-hand path, you know, goats to the left. That's the evil side. He has it dyed blonde. So he has half of his mustache dyed blonde, his left eyebrow dyed blonde, He has a money sign tattooed under his left eye. He has all these tattoos. He has a strip of blonde in his hair. This shows demonic possession. When a person has a whole bunch of tattoos, weird hair color and stuff like that, what do you think? You think gothic, you think dark, you think demonic, okay? And then so he's wearing all black, and he's wearing jewelry, okay? So you think materialistic, demonic, or at least that's what I think when I see a person like that. And, you know, with the fact that only half of his facial hair is dyed means like split personality, like multiple personality, demonic possession. Like, who does that? Who dyes half their face blonde and they're black? Like, it doesn't make, it's demonic possession, which is influencing these decisions. So, and to top it all off, you know, if his physical appearance itself doesn't give away what he is, he's speaking about how he was shot in the stomach and like he was supposed to have died, but he distinctly heard a voice tell him that he wasn't going to die. And, you know, like a voice, and this is the voice, a demonic voice. This isn't the voice of God. You can look at him and tell he's not into Christ. You can look at him and tell this. This is a voice from the demonic realm, a satanic voice, spirit, telling him, you're not going to die. You know, I'm going to keep you alive. So this again is revisiting the rebirth, like rebirth into complete demonic influence. The demonic side reviving you, the demonic side baptizing you into this new existence. Okay, so again, that's the theme of the rebirth. And then we are shown the black woman, the dark-skinned black woman in the beige dress, who is later to be shown a crack addict. She's still walking at night by herself, and the mixed kid turns his back on her, or he's walking in the opposite direction, like they're walking in separate directions, you know, like almost like he's turned his back on her or whatever, and it's a kid. Then, you know, if that's not indication enough that the dark-skinned black woman is being abandoned, they actually superimpose like a gun, an actual long gun on the back of her neck. And of course, this is saying kill her. Kill this dark-skinned black woman walking alone at night with this beige dress on. She's worthless. Kill her. They put a literal gun on the back of her neck, okay, in this video. Tell me what that has to do with anything that the video is supposed to be about. The official story. Like I said, the official story for what 444 means, the Jay-Z and Beyonce say it means. Tell me how this has anything to do with the official story of what this video, 444, him apologizing to Beyonce. Tell me what that has to do with it. Anyway. And he's also... Let's see. He also, I'm sorry, I forgot to also mention this mixed kid is also, they show him looking at not only the dark-skinned woman who's the crack addict or whatever, but they also show this dark-skinned boy, you know, who is standing in front of like a white slave owner or whatever, and he's also, the mixed kid is also turning his back on him, on this dark-skinned boy. So he's the mixed race. It's almost like showing the mixed race turning their backs on, embarrassed by this black dark-skinned woman who is a crack addict, and this black slave who, you know, he is property. He's, you know, treated like an animal. So it's like the mixed race turning their back and walking the opposite direction from the dark-skinned pure blacks. Okay. Now, then we see, if that's not indication enough that they're promoting the mixing of the races, the lightening of the races away from pure blacks, we see a dark-skinned black boy dancing on a subway pole. They're in slow motion, twirling around the subway pole. They make it seem like it's a dance with a white woman with, you know, a ponytail. Now, the white girl who he's dancing around this pole with has her legs spread wide open. This is sexually suggestive, okay? Her legs are spread wide open to this dark-skinned black male as they twirl around the subway pole, okay? So this is promoting having sex with white, or the girl has white skin and she has black hair. So she could be, I mean, she could be white, she could be Hispanic, I'm not quite sure, but you know, anything but black. Like, don't tell, in suggesting for the black male to have sex with non-black women, you know, with her legs wide open, slow motion, spinning around a pole with this black male. Okay. Now, then we're shown Beyonce in the underwater scene of her video "Hold Up," the music video. Now, this is a very satanic video that Beyonce did, and in the beginning of this video, she actually talks about using the Holy Bible as a tampon. Okay, this is a very demonic video. She starts the video underwater, meaning again with the theme of baptism into the demonic influence. So you're not receiving the Holy Spirit, but the unholy spirit. Okay, so it's an opposite. Satan copies, mimics Christ. This is the opposite of Christ. So she's shown underwater, like shown that very scene where she's underwater and hold up. Where, you know, she's doing that whole speech where she's underwater saying that she's using the Bible as a tampon. And she, so she's being born again at the beginning of this video. She even speaks up while she's still underwater. This is all in slow motion. So during the baptism, you know how in the Christian church, you're baptized in the water. Well, this is her satanic baptism. She even says she sees the devil. She even speaks about seeing the devil while she's underwater. Okay, so this is her demonic baptism. Okay, and of course, once she's finished, she walks out. She's a new person. The water leaves the room or whatever, and she's born again, but into a satanic rebirth. We're shown mixed race people fighting. So it's like showing this, sowing the seeds of discord amongst the races, you know. So, so the mixed race people are fighting in this scene, and I think what that indicates to me is that they just want to sow the seeds of discord, and that's the way I see it. I mean, and you could also look at the fact that it's a woman beating up a male. So this scene to me, I mean, the way I see it is this sowing the seeds of discord. You know, in the video itself, I mean, they're showing pictures of car wrecks and people getting hit by cars. It's just very demonic, almost like it's doling down people to death, so that, you know, they're not surprised. They're morally doled down to it, and you know, it's like searing their conscience. You know, some of these images that are shown. But then we're shown a light-skinned or mixed-race guy who has been accused of spitting in this dark-skinned guy's drink. We see him calling the dark-skinned guy a nigger. So again, it's like sowing the seeds of discord, like saying the light-skins are calling or seeing the dark-skins as nigger. You know, like sowing the seeds. You know, almost like Willie Lynch style. You know, so now. This is the most important, I think, portion of the video. It is, and also the most deceptive, I think. Now we have the dark-skinned woman who I see as the star of the video because she is shown the most often. And now we're shown we're shown that she is actually an addict. Before it might have been hinted at, but now we're shown that she's actually a crack addict. And she's like stumbling around like the Walking Dead, looking for her next fix. Okay. Then the drug dealer dances on the scene. The guy with the hat on. This is the drug dealer. Okay, and he like immediately flashes the Illuminati sign, and he flashes it up at the sun. That is indicating Lucifer. That is indicating the devil, the bearer of light. Okay, so he flashes the Illuminati sign to the sun. And also, you know, they say that's the Rock Nation, the Rockefeller, Jay-Z's music company. They say that's, you know, that's his sign or whatever, but it's actually the Illuminati sign. He flashes it towards the sun. That's indicating Lucifer, that he is Lucifer, or that he He is pledging his allegiance to the devil. So this woman is essentially dancing with the devil, or dancing with one of the devil's agents or vessels. Okay. And during this dance, if you listen to some of the lyrics, Jay-Z is actually speaking of seeing Beyonce's eyes, like seeing her leave her soul leave, seeing her spirit leave her body. Is very, very demonic. He speaks about actually seeing her soul separate from her body. So seeing Beyonce lose her soul, essentially. And if you remember early in the video where she was under the water during the process, this was before, like, they show her in the water. So, but now, he's speaking of, okay, she went through the baptism. Now her soul is gone and it is inhabited by demons. He said, I saw, your soul leave your body, essentially. Okay, so what happens, the way that we know that this is a drug deal is that this drug dealer actually takes off his necklace, and his like gold necklace, and he temporarily puts it on this dark-skinned woman who is a dope fiend. He temporarily puts it on her. And that's indicative of buying these expensive drugs for this temporary fix. And I also think that relates to, because this is actually like the last important scene. I mean, of course, at the very end, he's showing pictures of his daughter or whatever, which is, but this is the last important scene in terms of understanding the overall theme of the music videos that I've seen so far in connection with 444. And I think it also shows how these artists who are satanic, how they give you like a drug. It's a temporary drug when you listen to their music, and then they take it back like you've wasted your money, essentially, and they've left you worse off. But anyway, we'll speak about it in terms of getting rid of the black woman specifically in this video, which is being promoted. The drug dealer temporarily gives her this necklace, like puts it around her neck. This is her fix. After she's paid her money, she's getting her hit, of the drug. It's temporary. She's high for a little while, and she even fashions the necklace as a noose, okay, as a noose. In a video that's already shown images of of slaves, shown 2 images of dark-skinned slaves who are being controlled by their white master, have been shown in this video. And now this woman, the dark-skinned woman with the beige dress on, who is a crack addict, showing dark-skinned women in a bad light, she actually fashions the necklace as a noose to indicate this is how we're going to kill you in this day and age, not by the lynching by hanging, but through drugs. We're going to kill you. And how drugs are delivered to black neighborhoods in order to destroy them, and how government officials and bring in drugs, which is why they're so prevalent. It's not like an illegal operation the way they make it seem, but it's really something put into place in order to destabilize and weaken potential people, I guess, who could rise up against the system or whatever. So she's fashioned this necklace around her neck as a noose. So this is her modern day form of lynching, meaning taking the crack cocaine, killing yourself with that. And but then so she's enjoying this high feeling, but then he takes it back, which means this is a temporary high, very temporary high. But afterwards, he takes the necklace back. Okay, and then we see this black woman shown as a robot. And she's saying, "Oh, do I exist?" or what? This is dehumanizing the black woman. Like, "Oh, am I going to die?" And it's like what you're thinking in your mind when you see this black woman who is a robot. But the light-skinned male who's talking to her is not a robot. He's real. But the dark-skinned woman that he's talking to, with the fake hair and the makeup on, she is fake, and it's almost like you can't feel sorry, even though she's saying, "Oh, am I real? Am I going to die?" What they're putting in your mind is, don't feel sorry for her. She's only a robot. So it's a dehumanization of a black woman. And then by the end of the dance with the drug dealer or the devil or whatever, he takes the necklace back, as I said. The temporary high is gone. And the dark-skinned woman stares him down in anger because it's like, you took from me, it's like you gave me this temporary high and now I've come down from it. So like that temporary high is gone. You've taken back the high. And so like it's also showing like a strife between black men and black women, to where the black woman is to look at the black man as the drug dealer, and they're looking at each other in hate. So again, sowing the seeds of discord around among the other races, the darker races. So and then we see her like fiending for the necklace, like she's like grabbing at her throat, like, oh, I want it back. Like, she's had the temporary high and she wants it back. So, this is a crack addict going through, coming down off of her high, and, she wants it again. And so she's reaching for, the place where the necklace used to be. So, it's showing black women. This video shows black women, dark-skinned black women in particular, in a bad light, and also indicates the desire to get rid of the black woman. And also it shows demonic rebirth. So it's a very demonic video. And 666 upside down is, or 444 upside down is 666. So just be careful of what you watch and realize you are being programmed for an agenda, and it might not be one that is beneficial to you.